Hey, just a little editor's note. I didn't realize how loud the audio would actually be, so, kind of please excuse that. Again, I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be, kind of stepping away a bit from, Blockshirt's content for a little bit. This is a game I've been kind of playing. I've been playing since around 2017, around when it first came out. Listen, I was very young at the time, but hey, this game was absolute fucking peak. I'm not gonna lie. But I just now recently, about a month or so now, I recently got into it, and before I didn't have Jack. But now I am a level 16 to 17 high, But I just kind of wanted to talk about what people are doing in Beastworm because it is insane. Of course, if you're familiar with Beastworm, you know what Nature Macro or Revolution Macro. They're all kind of like, very good tools for macroing. But let's hop into Discord. Holy, people have nothing but time. I'm scrolling with all of these. Here's a good one. Coconut Catcher. Fast forward a little bit. Anyway, this dude made a auto hotkey file that automatically detects coconut drops. Even says uh reliably gets above 20x combo. That's insane. How hard that is to code with an auto hotkey has to be insane. Here's another example by another person. Pure image detection, no AI. Right here. But where did I see it? I think it was this one. This dude, he kind of like showed the code a little bit. Let's see if I can find it. Right here. Dude, this is actually insane. The amount of time that you have to need, like, even so with the current, meta pattern for Beast Wars, with Blue Hive, it is um it is Kettle. Everyone kind of knows Kettle. So let's open Visual. I've kind of tinkered around with this stuff. Not much, but it's just some extra projects. I might just edit this thing out. Here's a little editor's note. I spent a good like a minute or so trying to find like the opening for the auto hotkey file for Kettle, but I didn't realize that it wasn't like open at the time, so I had to like go through a DM, and then I realized, oh wait, it's actually in the server, so I hop back in the server. Okay, so let's just look in the Kettle Discord server. So this is, I think it's, God, I want to say it's this one. Uh, no, we open with code. Aha. Okay, so this is this is really weird in my opinion. So let's kind of like look through this a little bit. First, we have the drift comp settings. Um, pretty normal. We got the back key, which is some of the alignment keys. Um, Now that's pretty standard. What's really interesting is the advanced settings. Digi true, digi stops. So what this essentially does is that when your field is corrupted with the digital B, it will stop on the patterns. We all kind of know that. Um, what's really interesting, if we go to the nature of Discord server, we can go to making your own pattern, right? These are some of this is like some of the tutorials that they give. This is one of the tutorials that they give. Looking through it, you see you get the up, down, and then some of the alignment keys, which are your period and comma. But this rarely utilizes this, which is insane. And to think about that people are making this with with the coconut is absurd. I don't understand how people can do this. It is actually insane. Let's look through some other ones. Smart attack. Bamboo teak. Tropical bear. Best cactus. Skillet. Here's another good one. Skillet. Um, I've heard it's really good. I've only used it like once, but this is cheating. But this is just shows to what you can actually do with this kind of stuff, which is actually insane. I really wish I could do something like wish I could, but I mean I don't really have enough knowledge on whatnot. But it is absurdity. I mean, let's take a good look at Revolution. So with Revolution, it gives you many patterns. It gives you the kettle, pine alt, skillet, bamboo. Kind of all these. Hive hub, which is pretty impressive. What's most interesting is the AI gather. Now, if we go to the AI tab, we go to token priority. We can see that there's like some. I've already set some to some of mine because this is how I like to macro. Which is actually really interesting. Nature doesn't support that. See, these are all the ones that I like imported. Take a look in patterns. See, we can kind of see what I have here. This is the standard ones, some ones that have already been, as the default ones. My favorite is kettle, but I mean, hey, this is just an absolute like absurdity. Like if we try to download the code for the coconut catcher, um, let's see. This is insane. What does this even mean? Spam, zoom out, rotation, loop, yeah, get cocoa. I wonder if it just like, how does it detect the coconut? See, I know a little bit about coding. Actually, I'm studying to be a major for that, but that's besides it. It looks like it's looking for the hue of it, like the color of it, which is impressive because auto hotkey, the thing that it runs on. That's not it. Auto hotkey. No, well, I probably can't find the whole thing, but auto hotkey is just like another thing if you were to macro, for example. But holy, this is actually insane. People in BStorm are like, they're smart. Holy moly. And just to pull this off as well. Also, shout out to Dolly who made this. I think this is the same person. This is the same person that made the kettle pattern, I think. Ooh, looks like he's working on another one. Ooh. Can't wait to see what he cooks up. Same thing with this person. I don't know if that's a girl or a guy. No, shit, streamer mode. But these people are actually insane. Congrats to them. Congrats. Applause